The Most High said, well, speaking through John the Revelator, right? He says that the Lord knows our works. Go on.
I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Right, and like I was saying, a couple of weeks ago, you got guys that can come out on any kind of level. It could be a woman, it could be on any situation, or it could be either you missed the Passover, which that's a big thing. You don't want to miss no Passover, or it could be anything. It could be anything, man. And the Most High can use all of those things or anything to get you out of the faith, because the Lord already knows if you bullshit or you're not.
Right.
The Lord already knows the deal. Hell, He created us. He knows our spirits. So He knows if a brother's on fire or if a brother's BSing. Go on. Actually, that was the point. Go on, bro.
2 Timothy chapter 4 and 7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
I tell you what, brother, read up a verse where Paul said, "Be instant." That's my favorite scripture. You gotta get that. I think it's in the same chapter.
Yes, here we go. 2 Timothy chapter 4. I'll start from verse 2. Preach the word. Be instant in season, out of season.
Yeah, so it says, preach the word, be instant, in season and out of season. Look up that word, instant, bro. Somebody look up that word.
Like in the blue letter.
Yeah, because you don't got to do that, do you?
Nah. 2 Timothy 4.
Yeah, so what you have?
I got take heed that you be not overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness.
We could get that. Yeah, go on, bro.
Just pick up the word for instant.
All right.
So this is the word for instant out of the Blue Letter Bible. It's Strong's G 2185, epistemi, and it says to place, place upon, place over. It says to stand by, to be present.
Yeah. To stand by or to be present.
To occupy.
So you got to be in the present moment. It's not a thing where I've done this 2 weeks ago or I've done this a year ago. No. It's about what you're doing in the present.
Oh, there's a bit more to it.
Keep going, yeah.
So it says to be at hand, to be ready.
You're right. To be at hands or to be ready.
To be on your post, bro.
Yeah.
Be on your post. Be on duty, man. Yeah. Be on duty. So you gotta be on the works, man. You gotta be at the work. Like the watchman. I spoke about this was it last week? The watchman.
Yeah.
You on the watch, you better be on duty, because if you found sleeping, if the news gets back to the king that you were on duty and you were sleeping, you could get put to death for that, man.
Yeah.
Because you're putting the whole town, the whole city at jeopardy, man. You're the watchman. You're supposed to be looking for impending danger, man. That's what prophets do.
They're supposed to be on
Prophets warn of impending danger. They say, listen, repent or die. Even the prophets, man, they give the people warning. You blow the trumpet. Blowing the trumpet meaning we prophesy. You know what I'm saying? That is the trumpet. You know what I'm saying? When you warn the trumpet, people are meant to get themselves ready. If they don't, the blood is on them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we're the watchmen. So that's being instant, in season, out of season. So this is like a 24-hour job, man. Pretty much.
That's it, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This is full time.
Yep.
This is full time.
This is on that same point. It says Proverbs 22 and 29.
Oh yeah.
Seest thou a man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings,
Right.
and he
See
shall
that?
not stand before mean men.
Exactly. So if you're diligent, you're gonna stand before kings. You're gonna get up in high positions, and that's what we're gonna get to anyway in the kingdom. You see, so you gotta be diligent in the works. You know what I mean? You have to be always on point. You gotta talk about what's happening around the world, which is very important, so that brothers can get the alert and get the heads up. Because see, the Spirit of the Lord, as brothers do, brothers send articles and everything like that. And if you don't have a topic in your mind, the Most High provided you a topic to speak on. Okay? Because brothers hand me a lot of articles, but I don't really talk about it because I got so much other things in my head. But if I don't have a topic, I can use that. Or if brothers don't give me topics to speak on, I can then revert back to the history and speak about King David and the likes. And that's what you call further in the ministry. Anything outside of that, it really makes no difference, man, because you're not further in the ministry. And we have to build on each other. That's where you get the word edification from. The word edification simply means to build. So we're all about the building here, building up the brotherhood. Go on, bro.
Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and
Yep.
doctrine.
Because coming out doing the work in the highways and the byways like we're doing, that's one aspect of it, which is the main aspect of it. But you got to be doing your sit downs every week. Okay, that's really that's another thing too, because at the end of the day, you're being diligent. And the scriptures, you just read it. He that is diligent, read that again.
So just get it.
And then we'll go back to that.
Right, this is Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 29. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men.
Right. So in other words, that brother's exalted because of his diligence. Okay, and I mean, even though the business world is flawed, but let's just use these people as an example. The people that are multi-millionaires and billionaires, it's really because they work their ass off to get to that point. You know, however they got it, they worked hard to get it. So you got to work hard if you want to get that exaltation or any form of glory. You got to work hard at it, man. Hey, let's even not even talk about the money aspect of it. Let's talk about it on a boxing perspective. Let's look at Floyd Mayweather. The reason why Floyd Mayweather is so skilled in what he does is because he's diligent on it. He's on it like 24/7, 365 days in a year. He's on it. So if you keep doing something time in and time again and you dedicate yourself to it, you become a part of that thing. You become that thing that you're dedicating yourself to. Then you become a master of what you do. But when you're lackadaisical about it and you're taking and you doing a video whenever you doing a video about it, you ain't really growing. You see, but a brother that's growing is a brother that dedicates himself to the scriptures, man. Go on, bro.
And it says in verse 5, but watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist.
And that's another thing too, because we like you said, brother, about the watchman. Paul said, watching all things. So we're supposed to be watching, like I said, I'm going to say it the 5th time. Watching all over was watching all over. In other words, watching for the prophecies. Okay? That's what we got to be doing. The things that are important. Go on.
Do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry.
Make full proof of thy ministry. So if the apostle gave the order to do the 3 videos per week, you got to do the 3 videos per week. Or if you can do 3 videos a day, then do the 3 videos a day. You know? Because I did I did about 6 videos this week, man. Now I don't normally do that much. I normally just do exactly what's required. You know, I'll do the 3 videos per week or maybe 4 average, but the spirit was on me to do 6. Sometimes the spirit will jump on you to do more than the average. Go on, bro.
Yeah, so you can't be in the spirit of, okay, it's Monday morning, I'll do 3 videos and that's it, just relax for the rest of the
Yeah, you got to do more. You got to do more because the spirit may get on you to do more videos, and before you know it, you already did like 7 joints already. You know? Go on, brother.
For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand.
Meaning he was getting ready to pass away. Go on.
I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course.
Let's read it again, brother.
And it says, for I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure
So
is
wait a
at
minute.
hand.
So was Paul going on the airplane? He was going to fly somewhere else. He was ready at his departure. No, it ain't talking about that. It's talking about he was ready to die, man. Go on, bro.
I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course.
And that's what we want to be able to say. We want to be able to say that we finished our course. The mission is done. That's what you want to say. So if you diligent in the spirit now, right, and you continue to be diligent more so now, you're gonna have enough courage and heart to be diligent in remembering the scriptures, what it says, man. And that's going to be your wisdom and understanding in the stability of Jacob's trouble. Okay, what is the stability of that time? Go on, brother.
Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day.
Right,
and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing.
How you love his appearing. If you slacking off in the business, you don't love his appearing. All right. Now you may be like I said, you may be a brother that's a bit weaker than other brothers in the faith, because every brother has different levels of faith. But if you got the ability to push the videos and you ain't using that ability, then you don't love the Lord as apparent. You're pushing it behind you. You know what I'm saying? But going back to the point, read it again so I can get caught in my train of thought.
Verse 8, and it says, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness,
Come, yeah.
which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing.
Yeah, to them that are doing his work. You see? So, Paul thought he was going to receive a crown of life, but really that wasn't going to be the case, because Paul had to come back in this day and age and prophesy again. You know? But when it's all said and done, after we overcome this beast, then we'll receive a crown of righteousness. In the book of, what is it? 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter. I believe it's 2, verse 40, where it talks about how there was a man that was of greater stature above all of the children, and that man placed crowns upon their heads. So that's what we want to get to. We want to get to the point where we've reached the end of our mission so that we can receive a crown of righteousness. That's the point. Go on, brother.
This is Luke 17:10. So likewise, when ye shall have done all those things which are commanded you, say, we are unprofitable servants.
Yeah.
We have done that which is our duty to do.
Yeah, because we ain't doing this to glorify ourselves. Oh, look what I'm doing. I'm doing something that's righteous, what we're supposed to do. And we're doing it, like I said, because we want to get out of here, man. We want to be saved. We don't want to be down here being missiled. We want to get the hell out of here, man. And because we see and understand the great destruction that it's going to be, and it's going to be astronomical. So we want to get away from that. Go on.
Just a quick precept. Romans 12:1, it says, I beseech you therefore, brethren,
In other words, I beg you, brethren,
by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service.
yeah. Because it's a reasonable service. So in other words, you're not only sacrificing your life out here, but you're sacrificing your time. So you have to put your time to use to further the ministry. You see, so you may be in the spirit, I don't really feel like doing this video, that video, let me just swap up a video. No, you gotta be willing to put the truth in the forefront. It shouldn't be like, oh, you know, I want to just, let me just put a video up because I feel like I have to do it. No, it's supposed to be something that you want to do. You know? So you have to sacrifice your flesh to further the ministry. Because in the long run, it's going to work out for you. You're going to receive your reward. All of the works that you did on this side, you're going to be rewarded for that. That's why it says, the scripture says something to the effect of, it's in the New Testament, of course, but I don't know where. It says, store up your treasures in heaven.
Right. Oh, that's the spirit, brother. That's what I'm calling for now.
Oh, that's what you was quoting, right? Hey, bring it up.
Sorry, I'm telling you, man. Tobit 4.
Because check this out. In Revelation, the 3rd chapter, what did John say through the Spirit of the Most High? He said, I know thy works. Whether you're, whether you're hot or cold. So he knows the works already. Go on, brother.
Yes, brother. This applies to all you brothers here. Tobit 4:21. And fear not, my son, that we are made poor, for thou hast much wealth.
Right, for thou hast much wealth. What is that wealth? The wisdom. Go on.
If thou fear Yahweh, and depart from all sin, and do that which is pleasing in his sight.
That's what you got to be doing. What's pleasing in his sight. All right? Because if you do what's pleasing in his sight, what are you doing? You're doing the work to lead to your salvation. So if the Lord is pleasing your works, hey, the scripture says, blessed is he when I come, I find him doing. Something to that effect. So that's what you want. You want to be that guy when the Lord comes back, he sees you doing the work. Okay? That's what you want. So in other words, in order for that to happen, you have to be diligent. Okay? You got to be diligent, man. You got to be hardcore about this thing. Like, you know how you get into, like, for example, you have a woman, right? And you get all into your woman on the sexual tip. You know, you covering all of the gaps, man. The bosoms is being covered there. Everything, man. You know how Jake get down. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you gotta see this truth. You gotta get all into it, baby boy. You know? And if you can't get all into it, then you gotta pray to the Lord and he get you into it. Because at the end of the day, hey man, hey, all of the brothers that I'm working with, I wanna see them be saved. You know what I'm saying? I wanna see all of you brothers be saved, man. But it's only up to the Lord. It's up to you and the Most High. Because I can tell brothers, yo, you gotta do this. Leaders can tell brothers what they gotta do, but it's really up to them. If the Spirit is on them to do it, they're going to do it. If the Spirit ain't on them to do it, they're not going to do it. You know, and that's just what it is, man. Go on, bro. Because the scripture says many are called and what? Few are chosen. So it's not about what I want or what the leader of the camp wants. It's really all through the Spirit of the Lord. Go on, brother, read that.
This is Luke 21 and 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life.
Right, in the cares of this life, go on.
And so that day come upon you unawares.
So that day come upon you unawares. What day is that talking about? The day when Yahweh Shai comes back, which will overtake many as a thief. That's in Matthew 24, baby boy. Okay, and also Timothy's, where it says you know, not Timothy's, but Thessalonians, the 6th chapter. 1 Thessalonians, the 6th chapter, I believe it is, where it says you already know that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. So you got to be watching. That's why Paul said, watching all things. All right, go on, brother. And we'll also, according to the book of Ezekiel, what did Ezekiel say? Ezekiel was a watchman. So the watchman has to watch him everything. Go on, brother.
For as a snare shall it come upon all them that dwell upon the face of the earth. Watch ye therefore and pray always.
Right, watch ye therefore and pray always. So when you see the shit going down, man, you see the protesting going down, you see the coronavirus, and you seeing chariots in the sky, hey, you're supposed to do a sit down on that so to let brothers get the alert, and then brothers will be then for encouraged in the Spirit of the Lord. And that's how you build and edify. Go on.
That ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things
And
that
that's
shall come
another
to
thing,
pass.
that you may be counted worthy, man. That's the key word, that you may be counted worthy. So if you're doing the work of the Lord the right way, according to your ability, you're going to be accounted worthy, as you just read. Doing the things that please of the Lord in his sight. Okay, this ain't all talk. This is the truth that I'm talking about. I'm not just saying what I'm saying and then go back to the crib be a nigga, no. Because I got to apply this to myself, man. Every brother got to apply these words to themselves. That's why the scripture says also, in what Paul was saying, examine yourself that you be in the faith. That's what we got to do. Go on, bro. If you got something, just bring it on out, bro.
That he may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
And to
Nice,
stand
brother.
for the Son of Man.
Nice.
Hold that. Give me Mark the 9th chapter. All right, go on.
This is 2 Peter 1 and 10. So it says, Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
So if you're diligent and you're doing all of these things to make your calling and election sure, as the scripture says, blessed are you when I shall come finding you doing all of these things written. So the key thing right here is to be diligent, so that when the Lord comes down and sees us, he'll be pleased in our works. Therefore, we'll be worthy of salvation.
Nice.
I've got a quick one on that.
Uh-huh.
And it says in Psalms 19 and 14, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight,
You see?
O Lord, my strength and my redeemer.
That's a beautiful precept, man. So it says, let my works be acceptable in your sight.
You know where I learned that verse from? You'd be surprised. Can anybody guess?
Church.
No. Bob Marley. When he sang that song.
Right.
Yeah. That's the first time I heard that verse.
Come on. Well, that's a true verse. Very true. Go on, brother. That's it on that, right?
Yeah.
All right, come on. Yeah, read what you got. Let me see what time it is.
What was it? It was Mark 9.
Mark 9 and 1, yeah.
Alright, this is Mark 1. Say, Mark 9.
Verse 1.
And he said unto them, verily I say unto you, that there shall be some of them that stand here, who shall not taste of death, till they have seen the kingdom of the Most High come in power.
Yeah, exactly. And that man is going to be the man that did the works. He's either going to get spiritual power, or he's either going to get delivered. And that's all because of a little thing such as the verse that he did. So, and it just goes to show you, anything that you do for the now has an effect for you tomorrow. What does it say in Galatians the 6th chapter? Whatever man sow, that shall he also reap. Whether he reapeth in the spirit, or whether he reapeth in the flesh. So that could be even in a positive sense, because we use that scripture against Esau and what they've done, but that could be used in a positive sense about the works that we're doing. So if we continue to do the works that we're doing right now, that's going to pave the way for us to receive the reward at the end of the day. All right? So we got to be doing the works that's pleasing in his sight. So that's all we're going to bring out today. Anybody got one more scripture to bring out. Yeah, so with that, we're going to close out, giving all praises and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ba'ashem.
Abad, Abba, Shalom.
Shalom.